Hey guys, what's up? This is Insanity. Got a gameplay of Black Ops Cold War on PC. This is a 28-10 TDM on Zoo using the gold MP5, and it was the very first game of me using gold Camel after spending a lot of time grinding out long shots, which I was complicating for no good reason. Despite playing on Hardcore Nuketown and there being 3 obvious long shot sightlines I could have used to farm long shots. At first I was a bit peeved that I fell short of 30 kills, which would have made this game a little more passable. But I decided 28-10 for the first game after requiring gold Camel on the MP5 wasn't too bad in the end. Of course, I do have Dark Ether on the MP5, but given the lack of gold Camel unlocks they have, I thought to use gold instead. Apart from sniper rifles, the only other gold Camels I have are the AK-47, the Daimati, and AMP-63 pistols, and that's it. Dark Ether is nice, but it's certainly way easier to get Camels on the zombie side of things, so gold Camel still feels worthwhile and has a little more effort involved. At this point though, it's definitely too late for me to consider going on a Dark Matter Ultra grind, so I'll just stick to getting gold on my favorite guns instead. Anyway, I'm doing this commentary to discuss Vanguard, which I previously mentioned playing a bit of, before I ultimately went with playing stuff like Modern Warfare Remastered instead. Let's just say that, for all the previous times I said I would never buy the newest Call of Duty game and just stick to the previous ones, this is the one time I am absolutely certain I will abide by that statement for a few reasons. I definitely have not bought Vanguard, and I don't think I will in the future regardless. For starters, Vanguard is a reskin of Modern Warfare 2019, the game that I did not like, so while the same could be also said of Black Ops Cold War, Vanguard is much more faithful to Modern Warfare 2019 than Cold War was. We have kill streaks again, we have tactical sprint, the HUD and custom class layout are the same, and the overall movement and weapon feel is much closer to Modern Warfare 2019 than Cold War, which had more arcadey aspects to its systems. Throw a World War II coat of paint over Modern Warfare 2019 and you get Vanguard, and although I played Sledgehammer's previous Call of Duty, which was World War II based, I'm not sure if I want to be playing a World War II version of Modern Warfare 2019. Funny enough, one thing that isn't faithful to Modern Warfare 2019 are the footsteps. Sound whoring is not a thing in Vanguard, and apparently this did not change in the final product, despite Dead Silence reverting from being a field upgrade to a perk again. I remember Sledgehammer's first Call of Duty game with Advanced Warfare had broken footstep sounds. They made Dead Silence a temporary use item that only was a one-time usable thing that served as a temporary means of silencing your footsteps, but it was pointless with how non-existent the footstep sounds were. I think their World War II game also had subtle footstep sounds, or at least I don't remember it being a big deal, even though they had a class role that gives silent footsteps. I will give them credit for at least keeping the hit detection from Modern Warfare, which is more on point than Cold War's. I mean, I could use the Tommy gun as a makeshift assault rifle and hit people from mid-range much more reliably than with me using enemy SMGs in Cold War. But yes, a World War II reskin of Modern Warfare 2018, a game I don't like, is one way to kill my enthusiasm. Second, visibility is still awful. I vaguely recall 2 of the maps in the beta that included this bright, giant sun effect shining in a corner of your screen if the sun is so much as in within view, and this will mess with map visibility. You already had people complaining about invisible enemies in Modern Warfare 2018, so who the hell thought that adding a sun into the map to simulate realism and obscure your view was a stroke of genius? I did see some recent gameplay of Vanguard, and apparently there's no more, or there's greatly reduced sun effect on the maps, so clearly even the developers found it too distracting, and this is a very clear example of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Plus, the fact that people are still bringing up complaints about visibility after the past 2 games had visibility issues means it's not just me, and with Vanguard apparently carrying on his proud tradition of visibility issues, we're going to be hearing this till the end of time. Third, the Gunsmith System seriously needs an overhaul. In Modern Warfare 2019 it was a fresh concept, but now we have 2 Call of Duty games following its example by padding the gun attachments with 1 million different optics and redundant attachments. It was much better when weapons had smaller attachment lists, as it means either fewer weapon levels and making grinding a commitment within reason, or just encourage some thought on giving unique attachments to certain guns, and making sure that attachments aren't constantly overlapping on different guns, and therefore leveling the gun to get that one unique attachment to make the gun stand out made the grind logical. Also, it's a lot easier to balance guns when you have fewer attachments overall. Vanguard did not need to take out their Modern Warfare 2019 so faithfully in the creative class system. Even Sledgehammer's previous Call of Duty games at least riffed on the existing creative class systems in their own way. Advanced Warfare, for instance, expanded Treyarch's Pick 10 to Pick 14, since score streaks could be selected per class, something Treyarch never done, as their score streaks would always be the same 3 you pick regardless of class. And Sledgehammer's previous Call of Duty had its own take on a role-based system, which had a bunch of different perks unique to that one division, plus one selectable perk outside of that. None of that thinking is on display for Vanguard, which, apart from allowing weapons to select up to 10 attachments for free, it's exactly the same as Modern Warfare 2019 setup. Grinding is a huge chore already, and even things like just going for Camel unlocks on guns is now something you need to earn via leveling up the gun first. It was very painful to deal with the weapon leveling in Cold War, and I refuse to put up with Vanguard now having guns bumped up to 70 weapon levels. I'm not sure how many people were that enthusiastic about getting Vanguard, apart from making Call of Duty a continual source of content, but for me, you can definitely count me out this time. I'll just stick to Cold War and maybe engage in some masochism by playing Modern Warfare 2019 on occasion. That's the gameplay and commentary. Hope you enjoyed it, and Insanity is out.